Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Aspiring Entrepreneur. I'm your host Hamza Chowdhury, and in this video I'd like to go over one of our favorite stocks on the channel, TSLA, that's the Tesla stock, and just talk about the recent price action and what I expect moving forward now that we're in the S&P inclusion. I hope you guys are doing well. If you do enjoy this video, please do hit the like and subscribe button. It does help share this sort of video with other people, and also it does help the channel. And we're a 100% free content channel, so anything you can do to help support the channel, I sincerely appreciate it. With that said, guys, let's jump right into it. And so when we had this massive volume day with the S&P inclusion, we mentioned in our last video that we got what we bargained for, a lot of volatility. And so what I wanted to do was just kind of go over the fact that, when you make a move from 400 to 600 plus, which, obviously is like a massive 60% plus move, a lot of times the stock needs to, float, rotation, exchange hands, people, the longs who are essentially holding on. There's a lot of people in Tesla, right? They're longs, they're holding on to the stock forever and they're not selling it. So they're not going to be the ones that are going to help, this sort of stock go up in price. It needs to have demand. So as long as there's sellers that are willing to sell their shares and get out, assuming of course that the stock was hitting all new time highs and just cashing out profits, then of course then we can get essentially people to come out and buy, and the new buyers who are forced to sort of buy the stock in part of the S&P inclusion. And I mentioned in one of my previous videos, again guys, back here, was that I had $600 money calls options back here for December 18th expiration, which around this time, if you remember, around earnings, they were disappointing, and Tesla didn't really make that much of a move. It was trading around the 430 range, and it's just crazy to say that Tesla was trading at 430 not that long ago. And it actually, those option calls, believe it or not, were trading after that around $300 to $400 a contract. And you control, as I mentioned in my videos, each contract controls 100 shares of Tesla. So unless you have $44,000 in the bank account and you want to buy 100 shares of Tesla, you can actually buy a contract to control 100 shares for as little as $300 to $400. And that same contract, the day of the S&P inclusion, I was just curious, and it actually ended up going for almost 86, which is $8,600. So a $300 investment could go up to $8,600 on the day of the inclusion. So that is, like a, multi, 1,000% return. And so for you guys out there, again, who are more curious on options, I'm happy to talk about it more and more. It's something I've gotten more involved with this year with options, just because of the amount of equity that you can make, and the fact that it requires less capital. And it also covers, if you're doing covered calls on shares that you own, the fact that you can get passive income from what you own in the stock while, you're maybe waiting for a move like a $600. And so just to kind of go over what I expect with Tesla, we had the inclusion, we had sort of an unwind back to the 20-day moving average. And now what I really expect Tesla to do is trade sideways, so I do see, 695, I think we hit 681 today. Which is, Monday, December 28th. And what I really expect Tesla to do now is trade sideways, right? It's made this massive move, and in order for a stock to sort of keep that level and be sort of healthy, it really needs to consolidate at a level, okay? And so we didn't get much of that, really here, right? When we were moving from 400 to 500, we only had maybe 4 or 5 candles, and then we really got up into the 600s, and now we've traded hands. So now as this Bollinger Band flattens out, right, it was upper, now it's flattened out, and the upper band is a bullish band, and we have this lower band, and we have this 20-day, and we're going to flatten out. I expect us to sort of channel the band as it gets closer together, and it just sort of consolidates between the 620s to the 700 range. And as it sort of consolidates and exchange hands, then we can get ready for the next move up for Tesla. Now, of course, we're going to need a catalyst. Of course, there's, we got to meet the number of cars that we delivered, which Elon's goal was 500,000. So given and bearing any circumstances, I expect that Tesla will essentially, consolidate in a certain range in the sixes and up to 700. And this is the high rate here around 695. And as it sort of consolidates over a period of time, then we should see a continued momentum. And a lot of analysts are giving this stock, $1,000. Some are giving it even more than that. Keep in mind, guys, we had a 5-for-1 split. So even though we're trading, let's just say at like $650, it's really 5 times that, right? So in this case, it'd be over, $3,000. So if you were someone who owned Tesla earlier this year at $300-400, and now you're trading over $3,000, you've had just an amazing run this year. So with that said, guys, just to conclude this video, I wish you the best of luck and make this sort of final week count. As always, I wish you guys a happy new year, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.